If you know a teensy bit about American reviews, you'll know that I'm kind of obsessed with Attack on Titan. I've just been on that lane of explaining or trying to explain its awesomeness and the genius behind it. And today I want to talk about it without revealing too much, because I know there are people that I've recruited to like it and I don't want to spoil it for them because they're still in the process of watching it. Let's see whether I'll get some more recruits. So let's get into it. Hi, and welcome to today's short and snappy takes by American Reviews. I hope your week is coming along well. Mine is fantastic so far. And today I wanted to talk about a show that I really love, a show that I really respect, and that's Attack on Titan. So I'm a bit excited than the usual short and snappy takes. And I don't think a short and snappy take is enough to explain the reasons why I love this show, but I'm going to try my best. Attack on Titan started off as an anime in 2013, so it's taken like 10 years to explain the whole story. Attack on Titan isn't even like a long anime like Naruto or One Piece. The reason why it took that long is because the creator, Isayama, he worked closely with the production team to make sure that the anime was true to the source material, which was the manga. The one thing that I really respect about this show is how Isayama took time to make sure whatever he put out was perfect, because most of the episodes on Attack on Titan are perfect. Just look at the IMDb scores, the Crunchyroll scores. Those scores do not lie. He didn't want to just churn out content just for the sake of it. He wanted whatever he was putting out to be really good for the fans. Mind you, I got into this game a bit later in 2021, so I imagine he has had fans waiting since 2013 and had people wait for that long and they're still with you up until this time. That means whatever you've been giving them is good enough to make them stay, and that says a lot. Without giving too much, I want to give a brief synopsis. What is it about, as we had asked before? So for me, my interpretation of Attack on Titan is that it's about humanity, the good, the bad, the ugly. Humanity and life in general can be beautiful and can be very cruel. Those phrases are very important, especially if you're talking about Attack on Titan, of which it's true. A lot of the things that are happening right now, good or bad, are because of humanity. And humanity has been living in conflict since time immemorial. People, rather, will always find a reason to disagree, to fight, to steal, to do horrendous things to each other. And I don't know what is in our DNA that just gets us to that point, because people before and even right now, people have been fighting over the aspect of race. If you're not the same race, there's some kind of difference. The conflict between genders, ethnicity, tribes, and all these things. And it's a sad situation because these things have literally made people go to war. They've wiped out people from existence, and it's sad. History can be very painful, and I feel like Attack on Titan brings this to you in so many ways. The aspect of storytelling or explaining the narrative on Attack on Titan is top tier. The way the story unfolds, it unfolds so well, so perfectly, that it leaves you stunned to speak, if I may say. It starts off pretty basic. It's about killing titans. And I remember when I saw titans for the first time, I thought they were aliens. I'm not into sci-fi, but I'm just going to give it a chance. Then I realized they were not aliens, and I was like, whew. And the other thing that I really loved about the show is that it's the way it starts off basic and simple. It gets to a point where it gets so complicated, and you're like, okay, it's not only about killing titans, it's more than that. And the setup that is put, the Easter eggs that are put in the story, all of them get to pay off. And the thing about this show, it is brutal. People die on this show. I used to think Game of Thrones was brutal. No, Attack on Titan is more brutal. And the way people die, considering it's an animation, And I don't know what that says about me, but it's the right amount of brutality in brutal, if that makes any sense. That show is brutal. Hey, that where the moment you get attached to somebody, hey, that person is just dying, and no one really gets to stay for long. But I think they go about it perfectly. If you ask me, they go about it perfectly. And on that note, on this show, nothing happens just for the sake of happening. Everything is meticulously put or brought to you simply because it's supposed to pay off at some point. So the aspect and the amount of detail in this show is on another level that I haven't seen in quite a while. Nothing just happens nothing just happens. Nothing. Everything is very intentional. That is put before you is supposed to pay off at some point. The other thing about Attack on Titan is its characters. Its characters are legendary, and whether you're a main or a side character, trust me, the characterization is fleshed out in a way that is very satisfying. I believe Attack on Titan has one of the most interesting protagonists turned antagonist that I've ever seen, and that's Eren Yeager. He's that one character that changes a lot but doesn't change at all. As in, his character development is so complex that it takes time for you to really understand him. Attack on Titan is one of those shows that just change you in ways that you never thought would. And I think that's why I insistently recommend it to people like a crazy person because of how much it has had an impact in my life. It's changed my way of thinking, my way of analyzing things. It's made me look at history differently, and it's played a huge part to the journey that I am currently on right now. And I am really grateful for that. I'm not trying to sound wishy or corny, but it's the truth. Go look for Attack on Titan and then tell me what you think about it. Tell me if I'm crazy or I'm just fluffing it up for nothing. You just tell me.